Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Susan, for coming out and testifying on the legislation. It's no secret that I introduced this legislation, and I know that Representative Megna has introduced the legislation in the past. One of the issues that I did bring up, and maybe you can add to this, is that I thought that regardless of risk, I'm all for risk assessment. Mm-hmm. So, for example, you live in Tornado Alley, and you're obviously going to have to pay a lot because you live in Tornado Alley. You live directly on the water, and your house isn't lifted. You're going to pay a different fee for that. But I think that the problem has been that the breed has been picked on specifically. Yes. So, for example, you are a responsible dog owner. You have participated in obedience classes. You have a fully fenced yard. Your dog is neutered. You've never had an incident in your community of your dog ever leaving your property without you being with it. Your dog has never bitten anyone, ever. Those are the things that I think that I'd like to see the insurance companies take into consideration before blanketing a higher rate based on just the breed. Because obviously, yes, certain breeds can do significant damage to people, but it really is based on what the homeowner or the dog owner is doing with that breed. So if they're not being a responsible animal owner and they're allowing it to roam, or they're not being a good dog owner and they're abusive to the animal, or they're teaching it to be aggressive, yeah. But I think it might take a little bit more effort, but just like anything else, right? So if I have an alarm system on my home, I get a discount because I have an alarm system. So why couldn't people get a discount if they did take an obedience class, or they did show that they have a fully fenced yard, or that they are a long-time homeowner and there is no evidence of their dogs ever biting anyone or ever hurting any other animal? So would you think that those would be legitimate?
Absolutely. And conversely, the data shows that dog bites happen because of poor, human behavior. I would say people should be rewarded when they're responsible pet owners. And I think that that's a wonderful way to allow insurance companies to be fair. And, one of the issues we see also beyond it being a barrier for adoption with homeowners insurance or tenants insurance is that a lot of times people can't find a place to live, and their families get fragmented when they have a breed that's on the blacklist, if you will. So, I mean, if there are a lot of people who are wonderful pet owners and very responsible that have a heck of a time trying to get insurance and in a good rate, if they can even get it. And by being able to demonstrate things like you're, referencing, I think would be, a really smart and fair thing to do.
I know. I think there should be some risk assessment done based on actual data of each individual person. And
I agree.
I agree with you. I think it's kind of heartbreaking. We're both involved with rescue, and I know that my son, when he first got his first pit bull rescue dog, had a horrible time trying to get a rent because they didn't want to deal with the insurance.
Exactly.
And the dog is perfectly wonderful, and they're very responsible. But it was a real effort. I mean, literally months and months trying to get someone to rent to them. And you're right, they turn these animals back because these people are having so much difficulty. So I was hoping that we could just have a better dialogue with the industry and the committee and come up with a solution that could be fair.
Well, I'm very excited to do anything I can to help move this along.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.